400 horsepower all-wheel drive Volvo hot hatch. It sounds like a dream, but back in 2010, Polestar actually built one. It was fast, it was aggressive, and it had the potential to shake up the hot hatch market. But for some reason, Volvo never put it into production. So, what was the C30 Polestar concept? How did it compare to rivals like the Focus RS and Golf R? And most importantly, did Volvo miss out on creating one of the greatest hot hatches of all time? Let's dive into it. Before we get into the beast that was the C30 Polestar, we need to talk about its origins. The Volvo C30 itself was an unusual car, a three-door hatchback with a unique glass tailgate, designed to appeal to younger buyers. The C30, while stylish and fun, wasn't really seen as a proper hot hatch. Meanwhile, Polestar, Volvo's longtime racing partner, had been making waves in the Swedish Touring Car Championship. They knew how to make Volvos go fast, so when the idea of a high-performance C30 came up, Polestar jumped at the chance. The purpose of the project was to find out what the result would be if a team of racing engineers and drivers got free hands to design their own ideal road version of the car they had spent thousands of hours perfecting for racing use, within a specific set of race regulations. The C30 Polestar concept was no ordinary Volvo. It took the stock 2.5-litre 5-cylinder and cranked power up to a massive 405 horsepower and 510 newton meters of torque. That's nearly double what the stock C30 T5 made. How? Well, Polestar fitted a larger turbo, upgraded the intercooler, tweaked the ECU, and improved the intake and exhaust systems. The car was converted to all-wheel drive with a Haldex Generation 4 system combined with Quaife limited slip differentials to take a substantial step forward in terms of handling and grip. For power supply, the proven Volvo T5 2.5-litre turbo engine was chosen to ensure that the car would get a suitable performance level as well as reliability and drivability in all conditions. Exterior design and aerodynamics were based on Scion Racing's extensive race car testing in the Volvo car's wind tunnel. Suspension was reconstructed in cooperation with long-standing race team partner Öhlins. To ensure brake performance in this level with power and handling, high-capacity Brembo brakes were fitted.
Vi börjar med en C30, en T5 standardbil. Och sen så har vi justerat den, satt på en större turbo, justerat in i motorn, större intercooler, så var 400 hästkrafter, 500 newtonmeter. För att få ner den kraften i vägbanan på ett effektivt sätt har vi satt i fyrhjulsdrift tillsammans med Volvo. Vi har extremt stora bromsar som inte är tillåtet i STCC till exempel. Vi har tagit kunskaperna från aerodynamiken som vi kört i Volvos vindtunnel på STCC-bilen och fört över liknande egenskaper på den här bilen. Så allt är goda från STCC-racing har vi tagit och sen gått lite över gränsen där vi är begränsade i reglerna i vanliga fall.
Kommer någon av förarna få testa den här bilen?
Absolut. Robert har varit med under utvecklingen och kört den lite grann, men det är först nu som den riktiga utvecklingen ska börja.
Efter bara ett par varv så märker man ju hur mycket racing det är över det här då, så att när det bara tar dit min racingingenjör Per Blomberg och så får man fixa till lite små grejer på honom. Det är nära för mig att få vara med på det här och jag tycker att den är ju ruskigt häftig alltså att köra. Det är mycket att åka med och den är mer lik en racerbil än vad den är lik en gatbil tycker jag.
Skulle du kunna ha en sån i garaget hemma?
Ha en sån, jag ska ha en sån.
Ja, vi är väldigt stolta över hur vi kunnat dra nytta av aerodynamiken från racebilen, både vad det gäller fronten och framskärmarna, för att göra någonting som har både ett spännande utseende och en bra funktion. Precis som exteriören där vi har utgått från C30s väldigt spännande utseende original, så har vi gjort detsamma med interiören och byggt på temat med the floating center stack som är väldigt speciellt för Volvo och C30. Övergångarna mellan nubbuk och mocka och hur vi har lagt det materialet som har den bästa funktionen just där det passar. Till exempel den här vackra mockan i ratten som ger ett utmärkt grepp och som ökar feedbacken från vårt sportiga chassi.
Men om jag vill köpa en sån här, det går inte va?
Vi får se, du får komma tillbaka om ett halvår när han har gjort sitt så kanske det går.
So, how did it drive? Well, the lucky few who got behind the wheel described it as an absolute weapon. It had razor-sharp handling, loads of grip, and that signature 5-cylinder growl that we all love. In fact, let's take a moment to appreciate that sound. Now, let's put this thing into perspective. Around the same time, we had the Ford Focus RS Mark II at 305 horsepower, the Golf R at 270 horsepower, the Mitsubishi Evo X at 291 horsepower, and the Subaru WRX STI at 305 horsepower. The C30 Polestar would have wiped the floor with all of them in terms of power. But here's the problem. Volvo never put it into production. Why? Most likely cost. An all-wheel drive 400 horsepower C30 would have been an expensive car to build. It would have been competing with more premium sports cars rather than hot hatches. So, unfortunately, it remained just a concept.
This is the Audi RS3, complete with slightly dodgy wheels. It's got a straight 5 engine, putting out 335 brake horsepower and 332 pounds-foot of torque. It would be hard to argue that it's not the fastest hatchback on sale today, except it might not be, because there's this. It's the Volvo C30, but it's by Polestar. They've taken the straight 5 engine out of the RS 500 Focus and dumped it into here. They've also made it four-wheel drive with the four-wheel drive system from the Volvo V50, Haldex clutch, Quaife diff in the rear, Öhlins suspension as well. And it's putting out somewhere north of 400 brake horsepower. So we're going to find out which is the faster. Okay, so we've got the Volvo over there. It's a bit damp now, which is not great, but they're four-wheel drive. Launch control, Sport, ESP Sport. Put that into Sport. Sam's ready. Right, so left foot on the brake, and if I nail the throttle, it should hold it just above 3,000 RPM when we're ready. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, well, Volvo's just walked away. You can feel there's a slight delay on the launch control from me taking my foot off the brake and it actually launching, but we're getting whooped here. That's just walking away from us down there. We're up to, that was 4.4 to 60 and 11.5 to 100. It's just gone, absolutely gone. So yeah, oh, we're still accelerating. It's 155, that'll do. The Audi RS3 is not the fastest hatchback out there. It's the Volvo C30 by Polestar. Except, of course, it's not on sale. So Volvo, you know what you've got to do? You've got to make it. Put it into production, please.
The interior of the car displays an ambition to use the highest level of materials in an honest way, with performance and function coming first. The result was a car that builds on the duality of the C30. It was designed to deliver both high-performance driving and long-distance traveling, a true grand touring car combining high performance and efficiency from the conclusions and results proven in motorsports with the luxury and feeling from high-level materials and solutions.
It was built for fun by the team that makes the Volvos for the Swedish Touring Car Championship. And it is genuinely remarkable. Really sharp, really hard, really raw, and it just goes like the clappers.
Even though the C30 Polestar never made it to showrooms, its DNA lived on. The lessons learned from this car went into the S60 and V60 Polestar models, and of course, Polestar eventually became its own brand focused on electric performance cars. But for fans of petrol-powered monsters, the C30 Polestar remains a what-if moment in automotive history. So, what do you think? Should Volvo have made this car? And if they did, would you have bought one? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more car content.